Hargrave, Suffolk. Hargrave is a village and civil parish in the West Suffolk district of Suffolk in eastern England, located about 7 miles 10 km away from southwest of Bury St Edmunds. Lying at the crossroads from Ousden and Ladies Green west and Chevington east, Barrow, Suffolk north and Wickhambrook in the south. The village has approximately 120 dwellings, 2 churches, and a village hall built and funded by the village. History. Around the turn of the first millennium, East Anglia was continuously being ravaged by invading Danes, leading to questions as to whether the 19 local residents recorded in the Domesday Survey 1086 were surviving East Angles or were of Scandinavian origin. Prior to the Norman conquest, the manor lands of Hargrave Grove had been held by Uluit, one of 4 free women of West Suffolk. The Anglo-Saxon form of the name is Harengrafa, with Haren meaning hare and Grafa meaning grave or trench. It is recorded that she held 480 acres 1.9 km2 of land and the church. Some 4/5 of the medieval churches of Suffolk were already in existence at the time of the conquest, and it is probable that Hargrave was one of them, although the oldest surviving fabric of the building dates from the Norman period of architecture. It is also probable that a medieval hall existed in the vicinity of the present church and hall, although the existing Hargrave Hall dates from mid-16th century, and that its 19 early residents also lived in that area. These residents predominantly worked in sheep and pig farming. Following the conquest, the manor became one of more than 300 holdings of the abbey, held at the time of Domesday by William de Waterville and subsequently by the monks Ralph the Falconer of Barrow and Robert Payne. At the time of the dissolution of the monasteries, it passed to Sir Thomas Kitson, and in 1717 was sold to the Earl of Bristol to become part of the Eichworth estate. In 1912, the area of land under cultivation in Hargrave was 1781 acres 7.21 km2, a mere 20% increase in the 800 years that had elapsed since Domesday. The population of the village developed equally slowly, and for the first 500 years following the Domesday record, it was virtually static. It then grew to 324 during the next 300 years, due to the change in agriculture towards corn farming, and reached its peak of 520 in 1861. From then, the Great Depression in agriculture caused an exodus from the villages to the towns. Hargrave's population decreased to 264 by 1931 and has remained approximately the same since. There has been a marked change in the occupations of the residents of the village. 200 years ago, 86 people from 64 families were engaged in agriculture, and in 1931, 77% of the families were similarly employed. Today, less than 1/10 of its residents are employed on the farms in the village. More than double that number are employed outside the village in retail and services industries, and in public sector and local government occupations. Almost 3/4 of its working residents commute to their place of work. Demography. According to the Office for National Statistics, at the time of the 2001 United Kingdom census, Hargrave had a population of 273, with 110 households, increasing to a population of 310 and 120 households at the 2011 census. Population change. Location grid.